I've got over 100 hours on Magik and have hit Grandmaster multiple times, and I can guarantee that after this guide, you'll be solo carrying your trash teammates too. We'll start with the basics, but I'll quickly dive into advanced mechanics, positioning, teamwork, and all the stuff that actually wins games. So whether you're brand new or already climbing, there's something in here for you. I've also timestamped all 7 sections, so you can come back later without wasting time. Now that you know what you're in for, let's get into the first lesson, combos. I'm gonna assume if you're watching this, you already know what Magik's abilities do, but if not, it should still be easy to follow along. The first mistake I see a lot of players make is using the wrong combo. A lot of people will portal in, spin, dash, primary, and then right click. That combo burns everything you've got, and it's really not effective. Some say it's more reliable because it's harder to react to, but if you actually get good with Magik, this next combo is better in almost every way. Here's my preferred combo. Fully charge a Magik slash, then dash in, primary, and follow up with a melee. That's it. Simple and clean. People say it's less reliable, but actually it gives you way more control. Why is this better? First off, if you miss your right click at the start, no big deal, you're not committed. Wait 5 seconds and try again, you're still safe. But if you hit the right click and then miss the dash, the enemy's already at half health, you still got a good shot at that kill. Most importantly, you didn't use either portal. You're not trapped in the fight, you still have both momentum tools for invincibility, repositioning, or escape. This combo gives you more options, less cooldown commitment, and doesn't rely on your team at all. So now that we've covered how to kill enemies, let's talk about where you should be while doing it. Positioning is everything. This is an easy lesson, but it's probably the most important thing that I can teach you. Positioning isn't just about where you need to go, it's about adapting to where the enemies are as well. A common mistake I see a lot is overflanking. A lot of players try to flank all the way around to pick off enemies, and while that'll work in lower lobbies, in higher ranks, the enemy team will peel for their healers, and that'll leave you stuck far from your own team with the entire enemy squad between you. My preferred strategy is to play around your own tanks. I like to stay right behind my tanks and then move out to the sides to get clear line of sight of a target, so that way I can dash in to engage. This lets you place demons around corners and behind your tanks to support them if they fall back or enemies get greedy with space. And then you can also spam full charged right clicks for constant damage. In open spaces and team fights is where you'll really take advantage of this. You can split off to the sides, and it works especially well in team fights or on domination maps, giving you room to make plays without getting locked down. Now that you know where to be, let's dive into strategies for making plays with your team. Teamwork can be tricky, especially in ranked, where good communication isn't guaranteed. Most people don't really know how to support a dive play unless they're diving themselves. So, this is how you ask for support. Try calling out the tanks with abilities that can protect you, like Magneto or Hulk's bubbles, right before you dash in. Or ask for someone to shake up the front line like Thing, Thor, or Emma Frost. This creates openings and chaos that you can capitalize on. A creative play I like to do is with a Loki on my team. They put a clone in their back line, sometimes at some high elevation where it's not as easy to destroy, and then when they put up lamps, I dive in, so that my dive isn't as easily punished and I have a safe space to move to, unless I get pulled out of it, of course. But communication is key, especially when you're playing dive. And if you luck out and have multiple dive heroes, coordinating focus on different healers so that they can't patty cake, or in tricky situations, target the same person together, can absolutely turn the tables on fights, even if your team's not the best. And even if your teammates aren't super responsive, it never hurts to try. Just don't get frustrated if they don't know how to help. Some people just can't, or don't know what you want them to do without you telling them. Everyone's playing their own game and can't always use their abilities to support you. But There is one of Magik's abilities that I haven't covered yet that ties into all of this, and that's Darkchild. So let's break that down next. I still see even high-ranking Magik players either wasting their ult or waiting for the perfect moment only for it to get shut down by a support ult. But here's the thing, if you get focused before dealing damage, the enemy team will melt you fast. So don't hesitate to reach out to your team for backup. When should you use your ult? Use your ult when you're sure you can get a kill, or during a big team fight where your damage benefits everyone. The key to Magik's ult is knowing when it'll have impact. To maximize your damage, always make sure to use your portal into the big spin during your ult. It pierces enemies, does massive damage, and covers a huge area, almost an entire domination point. The only time I recommend using the demon from your ult is on rocket amplifiers. Otherwise, it's usually unnecessary since enemies tend to scatter. Countering support ults. This is a trick to counter all ultimates except rockets, which you just put a demon on the amplifier and spam your melee. But fully charge your range slash and immediately dash in. This burst will instantly kill any support caught in it, unless someone interrupts you, even if they're in their ult. Invisible Woman, Cloak and Dagger, Luna Snow as long as she doesn't have her bonus health, all of them. It's tricky to nail the timing at first, but once you master it, you'll be able to carry your teams by shutting down a support every single ultimate. And now that we've covered your ult, we can move on to some final tips and tricks before our last big lesson. These are some of the most useful tricks I've picked up on over 100 hours of playing Magik. Number 1, melee between primaries. You just throw in a punch between each of your left clicks, it's just extra damage, just like how strange players do. It doesn't lower your attack speed. The timing can be a little awkward at first, but it adds up, trust me. Number 2, melee bypasses shields. If you see a low health, like Doctor Strange, Magneto, any tank with a shield, you can dash or left click or anything else into them, and it'll still do damage through the shield. An easy way to secure a kill. The only thing this doesn't work on are bubbles like Magnetos and Hulks. Number 3, you can portal through ults with your invincibility frames. With a little practice, you can use it to iframe through ults like Scarlet Witch, Iron Man, Jeff, and Doctor Strange, and pretty much every short animation ult. Number 4, what to use when coming out of a portal. Most of the time, unless you're in your ult, it's going to be a demon, because it's just extra damage. The only time I'd use the whirl is if there's an enemy that's low health and running away. That extra range can be really good for finishing them off. Our last thing is the crosshair. I'm sure you've seen by now I use this bright X-shaped crosshair, not for looks, but for timing. It's the exact same size as a fully charged right click, so when it fills the X, you know it's time to dash. I'll drop the full code in the pinned comment or description, or if you want to just copy the size, I'll highlight that too. Alright, lastly, I wanted to give this its own chapter because it's super important and often overlooked. When you should swap off of Magik. Mainly when you're getting hard countered, of course. You can't always play Magik, every agent has its counters. For me, the absolute worst matchup is Namor with the Hulk team up. It's not always a reason to instant ban Namor unless your team is running full dive, but it does make your life harder. Other counters can include characters with stuns, like Emma's grab or Thing's big AoE, flyers that are hard to reach, and sometimes just a really annoying Loki or Rocket. If you're getting no value or dying early in fights, that's usually a good time to swap. Some good secondary picks. Personally, I like Star-Lord. He plays similar off angles, but without needing to commit a dash. His ultimate is also more consistent and safer in big team fights. Another great pick is Psylocke, and right now she might be one of the best dive, even better than Magik in a lot of comps. I don't usually recommend Black Panther or Spider-Man because they share a lot of the same weaknesses as Magik, and Namor still eats them alive. But they can be good if you need something to pick up. Now, when choosing a backup agent, you want to look for something with a similar playstyle, but different engagements. You want to provide similar team value without doing the same thing that's getting you shut down. That advice will work with Magik, but also every hero in the entire game. And that's pretty much everything I've got for you in this guide. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'll be replying to every single one, no matter how many comments there are. If there's anything I missed or didn't explain clearly, I'm more than happy to go deeper and help you out. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It really means a lot, especially since this is going to be my first long form video on this channel. If you want more of me, I've got plenty of Marvel Rivals shorts already up, and more full videos are definitely coming. If this guide helped you out, then leaving a like or subscribing is the best way to support me and the channel, and it lets me know to keep making content just like this. So, that's it for me. Best of luck learning Magik, and I'll see you in the next one.